Here I'm taking a new job for data stage. I'm using some plot files as input first. When I'm going for the processing stage, that is I want to take here join stage. Apart from joining the data, I also want to do one more operation in my job, that is just I want to put copy of this join. Okay, copy stage. From copy stage to I want to use few more stages which we have in our jobs. Those are, just a minute, let me start looking into few of the stages. Let me take, okay, which are applied to this. We are already done with remove duplicates, right? Then 1 second. Modify we can discuss before transformer. Okay. Right. Let me use the sort stage here to discuss sort also. And we'll discuss rest of this later. Fine. Here, what is the join stage and what we want to do with the join stage and targets of this sort stage. I want to put one data set, and for copy stage, I want to put two more data sets also. Just in this job, what we are doing is we are going to join two files data and loading into three different outputs. And apart from that, we also want to load the same data into one database also, because there are multiple database category stages also there in data stage. Okay, we are also going to take first stage, that is Oracle connector. I'm selecting, I'm putting that one as a target in my job. Wait, let me show you. Here I selected few of the stages which we required to design the job. In the job, we are using two plot files and combine the data of those two plot files. After combining, then we are going to copy the data into multiple outputs. And in the copy, what are the output one which is coming from this copy stage, we are going to send into sort stage, then loading into dataset. And other three outputs are directly loading the data into two datasets, and one more is into database. How to do this one? This is the first step. We selected all the stages which are required. Second step is establishing a links between those. Okay, right. Let me remind you again what is this join stage. Means join is one of the processing stage which is used to join the data from multiple inputs data into single target. Here multiple inputs may be flat files, maybe databases, maybe XML, anything. Okay, any input it will support the join stage. And the join operation, once you did in the join stage, whatever we have, one second. Okay, join stage, whatever we are using here, that join simply we are implementing for combining the multiple inputs data and loading the multiple data in from the multiple inputs into multiple outputs also. Here output wise for a join it will support only one. It never support any kind of rejects also, but inputs wise it will support n number of inputs also. Maybe there's anything that may be flat file database also. We'll show how to use this database as well. Next, here what are the different type of joins this join will support? Means there are four type of join operations it will support: inner join, left outer join, right outer join, full outer join. There are four different types of join operations it can be able to perform. What are those four joins? Means inner and those left outer, right outer, and full outer. But in case of inner, left outer, right outer, it will support n number of input links. But in case of full outer join, it supports only two input links. It never support more than two input links. right? Now I have, okay, these two as the inputs in my job. Maybe, okay, same two also we can use for inner left outer and right outer for full outer also. How to establish a links between these stages to join stage means simply select the stage, right click on this, drag and drop. And second one also, select the stage, right click on this, drag and drop. We establish a link to join stage. Now there are two input links here. Here in join stage, these two input link, one will be taken as a left link, one will be taken as right link. Which is taken as left and which is taken as right means which you give as a first input to this one, that will be taken as left, and which you give as the last one, that is will be taken as a right. For example, if you have one more, then what will happen? This is, for example, assume this is the left and right. One more is there, for example, in the middle. That simply we can call as a intermediate. Okay, there are one more link, that is intermediate also. I'll show you how to use 3 or 4 links also, but I am being use 2 links as input for join. Now we are going for the copy stage. From copy to sort, sort to the, okay, multiple outputs in there. From copy stage to we are using sort stage, one output, and there are 2 more outputs, either directly datasets, 2 datasets, and one more output for this job I am specifying here is one database. Means after joining my data, I want to load into my database, and the sorted data whatever we have here, the sorted data I am loading into dataset. This is the way we are going to design our job in this case. Okay, this is the way we are going to design our job and we are going to use the job, right? These are the stages we have in this job. Means we establish a link.
Suresh, can I ask you a question?
Yep.
Suresh, how do we decide all these, like how many files you need to output, what you need to do? Is that
right.
somebody else?
No, this is a just example I'm taking, but okay, when we are working on any project, based on specs, ETL specification document, whatever we received, we can understand how many inputs will come, how many outputs will come, and how many processing stages we need to use. Depend upon the spec only we are going to process. Okay, spec will give you clear idea about what, please mute yourself, what we need to do in the jobs. But right now we are discussing normal stages. No, each and every stage we are discussing individually. That's what, okay, we are discussing what are the stages we required, we want to discuss, we are attaching. But normally if you see in your jobs, okay, what are the jobs they designed, the developers are designed, they are going to use for some stage they are using means there is some purpose. Okay, based on need as per the specs, they will select the stages. But now here in this case, to discuss the stages which are remaining, I am selecting what are the stages we required. Okay, it's not mandatory after join stage we should put copy stage, after copy we should put sort. No, whatever is required for us as per requirement of our spec, we have that stage. See, completely tool is okay, like this we are going to discuss, but when we go for, okay, any project or something, we are going to use complete specs every day. Okay, those specs only we are going to discuss. They are different. Once you know the tool completely, then you can understand the project, okay, how to use, because we know all the stages. Once you know all the stages, then we can use particular stage at particular point of time when ETL job is, okay, need to be designed by developers. Okay, in this case there is no meaning why we need to put sort only, why can't we put other stages? Yes, you can put, but we have remaining, okay, we want to discuss today join and sort and database target. That's what we are selecting 3 different stages. And both inputs and outputs stages are, okay, common one. Now here I'm simply selecting the databases as a target also. You can even database also you can use as an input as well, right? First let me take 2 input files here. That is common whatever we are doing every day. Browse for the file. I'm selecting some sample data which we are taking every day. For example, I'm taking customer data. First line is the column names. If file is not there, I want to get an error message. Then Go for columns, load. I want to take a metadata from my table under sequential file. Under sample data folder, I have customer convention.txt metadata. Click OK. Click OK. We got the metadata as input for one input link. Second one also I need to take the metadata. Double click on this. Go for file, browse. The data I want to take here is the order data. Okay. In one input I took customer data. Second input I am specifying here is order data. If file is missing, I want to get error message. Then go for columns. Try to load the metadata. Here right click on this one. Okay, import table definitions, because what is the stage we are using right now? Sequential file. My metadata which is I need in order data table, I don't have that metadata available in my repository. Because of I don't have that metadata available in my repository, simply I am selecting sequential file definitions here. Then go with the browsing. Inside browsing, we are selecting this one and click on import. Okay. Then go for first line column names. Okay, because this is not a fixed with data. This is a variable with data. That's what we have specified. This side options. If it is fixed with data, we are going to specify these options. Now go for define. I'm defining the metadata. Click OK. Right, so metadata got imported into repository. Close this. We'll get that. Okay, order data also. Click OK. Click OK. Click OK. Right. We have both the inputs now metadata ready. Now sending this data to join stage. Let me discuss the definition. Okay, options for the join stage. We know that join is simply used to join the data. Double click on this join stage. Join stage also look like remove duplicate stage and other stage, because the join stage whatever we are using here, it will have few options here. One is stage, input, output. When you go for stage here, first whatever we have is the in stage join keys. What column is common both the inputs, only that column will be able to join. Got my point? If both the inputs having don't have any column name common, I have customer ID is one table, but there is no customer ID in other table column. Column name should be matched. If there is no common column in both the inputs, join will never work. That's the reason the data which we are sending into the join operation should be sorted, should be have at least one common column name, and second thing is that data should be sorted and the data should be partitioned properly. Then only join will work correctly and it will going to give expected data. Otherwise, if you are using join key and different column, it's not possible to join. And if you are not doing the remove duplicates, partitioning and sorting, it may get some wrong data. Okay, to avoid that, these are the precautions we need to take while implementing a job on join stage. Now first, what is the option we have in join? Join keys. What is the key column we have in join stage? Browse for that. Which is the common key column right now? In both the inputs, we have only one column as a common key column. If more than one column is common, what you need to specify? If you have more than one column is a common, simply go for the again join key, select the key again, select that second column also, join key column. But we have one more option, that is case sensitivity also. Case sensitivity means if you are comparing two columns, those are data types are varchar. For example, customer name or something. If both the customer names are matched, then join the data. But in customer names, in one input data we have uppercase, one input data we have lowercase. If one input data is uppercase, one input data is lowercase, then no chance to perform generally join operation. In that case also, if you want to support, simply use an option called case sensitivity. Okay, case sensitivity is an utility which is going to perform to compare upper and lowercase option. But right now we are using only customer ID column. No need to go over that option. Right. In options, no other, only one option is there, that is join type. What type of join you want to do right now? Because no need to write any SQL query or no need to write any options here. Simply we can select the option which type of join you want to do. For example, we want to do left outer join. Select the left outer join, all the left table. But how I know that, okay, which is the left table and which is the right table? You can see that information in link order. When you click on link order, DS link 10 is showing as left table, DS link 11 is showing as right. This is taking as left and this is taking as right. Okay, it's going to take defaultly by join stage itself only. But generally, which is given as the first link, that will taken as always left, which is taken as last link, that will taken as always right. If one more link is there, that will call left, intermediate, right. One more link means that simply we can call it intermediate. One more link is there means 4 is there, left, intermediate 1, intermediate 2, then right. If you have 4. But right now we have in the job only 2. One is going to consider as a left link, one is going to consider as a right link. Right. Now go back to properties. What is the join you want to perform? Left outer. Only these are 2 options. In join stage, no more options is there. One is key column, that is customer ID. Second one is join type, that is left outer join. There are 2 options we have in join. After specifying the join keys and join options here, then go for input tab. Only 2 options, no other options. Go for input tab. In input tab, the best partition technique we can apply in join state, that is hash. We can select the hash partitioning. And on what column you want to perform the hash partitioning here? On customer ID column, for example. That is also one more important point. On which column you did joining operation, it's always better to perform on the same column partitioning and sorting. Even if you want to remove the duplicates also, you can put it. Okay, if you put here unique means it will also remove the duplicates. That's always better to have same column to removing the duplicates, to sorting the data, to partition the data, to do join operation. If you are using different column here and different column there means, then it will not get accurate data into outputs. That is about join stage in input tab. After specifying in input tab what is the partition and everything options are specified, then go for output. How many output links it will support? Join stage, only one output link. It never support any other output links. Okay, simply drag and drop. Means we are giving all the columns mapping into output. Okay, there are 2 ways. One thing is the customer ID, second is name and home phone number, work phone number, work address, work city, work state, work zip, work country, home address, home city, home zip, home state, home country. Like this we have multiple columns is there. Those multiple columns, whatever we have, we are going to use those multiple columns data. Right, now we have, these are the options is there, and these options we are going to use here to give the mapping and everything. This is about the join stage. Then click OK. If for example you are doing the, and one more thing here, okay, this is sort option. I did sorting for only one link. If you want to do sorting for other link also, select the other link. Second link, go for hash partitioning, select customer ID, perform sort, unique also I want to expect. See, both the links now it's performing sorting operation. For example, you are doing inner join. Inner join means this input and this input match data only will come into output. Is it be possible to put any reject link or something? No. Join stage will never support any kind of reject link while implementing any jobs. Wherever we require joining of the data, we use join stage. But will it support any reject link or something? No. Only one output link, that is stream link only. Right? We simply join the data. Generally, after joining the data, we can directly put output link also. But right now in this job, what I am doing is the same data, whatever we capture from joining the data, that I want to copy into multiple output links. While copying that data into multiple output links, I also want to load into some database, and I also want to sort my data as well. Right? We know already about this copy stage. What this copy stage will do? It will pick the data from any input and load the data into multiple output. That's simply loading in sense copying. It will pick the data from one input and it loads the data into multiple outputs, copying the data into multiple outputs. Copy stage we already covered. Simple options we have in copy, whether you want to copy data forcefully or normally. Put true here. And input, I am putting simply same partition technique. I am not doing any sorting or something. Already my data coming as sorting. Then go for output. Simply drag and drop. How many output links is there for copy? There are totally 4, right? Second one, drag and drop. Third one, drag and drop. Fourth one, drag and drop. Because there is no reject links. That's the reason we need to give all the links mapping. See, these all the symbols are representing the metadata. Okay, I give a mapping to all the links. Right, we already know these two data sets, how to use the or how to load the data into dataset. If I use dataset as a target, there are two types of files we'll create. One is called descriptor file, second one is data file, right? Apart from that, we also use in middle, we have one stage that is called sort stage to load the data into one more dataset, and one more is database. First, let me start with this database stage, then we can go for the rest of stages. What is this database stage here? From data stage 8.5 onwards, all the databases whatever we have, mostly we are having a connector stages. In databases, there are multiple stages we can see in different environments of data stage, like database native stages, database connector stages, database enterprise stages. Up to 8.1, we have all our enterprise only except, okay, 1 or 2 stages. But in 7.5 X2 data stage software, okay, old versions of software, all are native and enterprise stages only. But from coming to this 8.5 and 8.7, most of frequently used databases we have connectors. Due to these connector stages, the performance wise it will be little bit fast while connecting with the database and okay, while fetching the data from database or to test the connectivity without running a job. Okay, there are so many advantages there in this particular connector stages. Here, what are the connector stages we have is Oracle connector for Oracle database to connect with the Oracle, and Teradata connector to connect with the Teradata from data stage, and ODBC, this is the open database connectivity, this is a third party plugin, this is not a database, and DB to UDB, and DB to UDB still we have DB2 connector is there, DB to UDB enterprise stage is there, and DRS, okay, IV enterprise, Redbricks, stored procedure stage to connect stored procedure to fetch the data from stored procedures, and SQL Server Enterprise, Sybase, we have Sybase QC, Sybase Enterprise, there are multiple, and Informix. Okay, which database we have installed in our machine, that database we can connect. For example, if you want to connect with today Sybase, we need to get installation of Sybase into our machine. If you want to get installation of Netija, means if you want to connect with the Netija, we need to get installation of Netija also in our machine, right? But one thing I can tell you here, in databases, all the stages options wise, there is no much difference. Only in database queries wise may be difference, okay, while fetching the data or something, but options wise, Teradata is same, DB2 is same, Oracle connector is same, Sybase is, there is no much difference. Only in Oracle we are going to call as username, password, host name. When it go for the DB2, we are going to call as server name. Instead of host name, there we are going to call as server name. Right. First we selected the database stage and we put the database stage as a target in this job. That database stage is Oracle connector stage. This Oracle connector stage is one of the database which is used to connect with any Oracle database. This Oracle connector stage we can use as a source or target while implementing any data stage job. This stage generally will support one input link or one output link, but it will also support a reject link to capture the rejected data generally in outputs. In case if the data which we are loading, if it is not supporting properly, if it is not loading properly, then we can reject the data from this Oracle also. First, let me show you how to load the data into this Oracle database. In next job, we can use the same Oracle database as the input to read the data from the same table and load into other files or other database also. Right. From copy stage, we send a one link to this Oracle connector stage, and we are loading the data into this database stage to particular database environment. Now, simply I'm double clicking on this particular link to load the data into Oracle database. Here, what are the options is available here? We have options is server name, username, password, okay, some other options. First, we need to specify what is the server name, username, password. How to know what is the server name in my system? There are multiple ways. You can go in the database and you can open the database, you can connect, check it. Other ways, go for control panel, go for administrative tools, go for services tab of your system services. There, you can check the connection name with, okay, Oracle connection name. For example, I'm connecting with Oracle. Oracle connection name is connected with that is Oracle service is running with the name ORACLE. This is the host name. Just I'm specifying the same name here, Oracle. And what is the username and password in my database system? Just let me check it. What database is very installed by using SQL plus. Username I am entering here is Scott. Sorry. Password is Tiger, maybe default password. Host string is ORACLE. Right? Okay, it's connecting now. Means the username and password is same. Username is Scott. Password is Tiger. Generally, while you are working in companies, you are going to have Toad or SQL developer if you are working with Oracle. If you are working with DB2, generally we have DB2 Control Center or Aqua Studio. There are some third-party softwares there to connect with the corresponding databases. If you go for Teradata, we are going to have Teradata SQL Assistant. Some softwares is there. Those are going to use to connect with the database. But right now we are using here is a SQL Plus to connect with the database Oracle. Right, we specified the server name, username and password. We have an option or we have an advanced option from these connector stages, that is before running a data stage job I want to test the connectivity. Okay, if you want to test the connectivity, simply click on test. When you click on test, from data stage to the database, if the proper connection is there, then it shows connectivity is success. If for example there may be sometimes issue, okay, that the installation issue or something, then it shows connectivity failed. We are waiting for, it's checking now connection details. It shows that the connection was successful. If it shows that connection was failed or something, the meaning of that one is there is no proper connection is set up at the time of installation for this database to the data stage software. Right? Now the connection is good. Do I need to use every day the same options? Okay, for example, same host name, same means same server name, same username, same password. In that case, if I want to use the same every day, simply save those. Okay, I'm saving these with the name called Oracle _ connection. Okay, connect. Oracle _ connect is the name I specified to save this database credentials. And what is saving here? Username, password, those things are going to be saved automatically where you want to save. I want to save these things in a repository. For example, in repository, I want to save with the name parameter sets. If the folder is not there still in my repository, then I want to create one more new folder to repository. Right click here, go for new, select a folder. That's I am specifying is parameters. The folder name I am specifying is parameters. Then saving this Oracle connections in the parameter folder. Save that. If you save tomorrow onward, for example, if you want to use the same parameters for your job, no need to manually enter these parameters. You can simply load. When you click on load option, it will go and connect with that parameter option from the repository. It will ask us to click OK. Automatically, those will be attached. Okay, just let me show you by removing this. right? Now I don't need to pass every day manual these parameter values. Simply go for load, click OK, click. Automatically the username and password and server name will be reflected, right? Next, what action you want to do right now? That's called write method. Because target is a database. Do you want to insert the data? Do you want to insert new rows only? Do you want to update the data? Do you want to delete the data? Insert then update then insert, delete then insert, bulk load, and PL by SQL procedure. If you're using PL SQL procedure or something, then we can go for PL SQL option. If you're loading huge amount of data, then we can go for bulk load. If it is a little bit okay, normal data, then go for normal options only. What action you want to do? For example, right now, I want to do insert only. Because the table what I want to create right now is a new table. Okay, once create the table, I want to insert my data. Okay, next time example onwards, we can also do some more updations like delete and insert, update and insert, or update and insert new rows only. There are even apart from built-in SQL queries, we can also create our own SQL queries in that particular database stages. First we put write method is insert row. Do you have already table? No. And do you want to generate a query at runtime? Yes. Because do you want to generate a SQL query at runtime by DataStage machine itself? If you put yes here, that is generate SQL query at runtime, means automatically system itself will generate SQL query. If you put no here, then you need to write SQL query here. Okay. Insert into query, you need to write manually. Even while writing manually, we can also use some option called build. We have an separate software that's called SQL Builder software. That's also default going to be installed. When you click on build, it will open SQL Builder. By using SQL Builder, you can also create your own query. Okay, I'll show you how to create that one. For time being, I'm specifying option that is generate SQL queries. Yes, automatically system itself will generate a query. Right. To which table you want to insert? Okay. To which table you want to insert means the table what you want to insert here is you want to create the table first, right? If already table is there, you can specify table also. But right now I don't have the table. My table name I want to put is for example, I want to put here is the table name is cust underscore join or cust join. My table name is cust join. And the table scope, do you want to create a single partition table or a single subtable or entire table? Entire table, that is default option only. Next is if you are writing any SQL query, these all other options will automatically enable, right? Insert query, update query, delete query or something. But right now you are not writing SQL query, you are asking to generate a default query by system. That's why generate SQL query at runtime. Yes, I want to generate a system default query. Next, what action you want to do? Do you have already the table? Cust join? No. Then we want to create. We have an option create, append, replace, truncate. Because the table is already not there, I want to create this table right now. If you want to create this table, simply click an option called create. Okay. But for creating table again, do we need to create statement? No. Generate a create table statement at runtime. Yes. If you put here yes means first what is going to happen is when your job is running, a create statement will execute. It will create an empty table first, then it will insert the data in target. Okay, that is going to happen when you specify generate create table statement at runtime. Yes. And one more is abort when creating table statement fails. For example, you are trying to create a statement, means create statement job is running, but due to your metadata is not matched, column names or data types are not good, maybe it's unable to create a table, maybe some issue or something, then I want to abort my job. Okay, because if table is not able to create, then I am not able to load into data into any other table, right? Then I want to abort my job. If you want to abort your job, simply put abort when create table statement fails. That is, you need to specify yes. If you want to write any create statement, you can also write, then automatic create statement will enable. Here you can create your own statement also. But generally, we are going to write a SQL, insert SQLs our own, but create table statement, we never create any manually, we simply put a yes. Yes means automatic create statement create. Next is isolation level option is there. What is this isolation level option? That's called read committed, and a few more options like serializable read, read only. What is this read committed? Whatever the data is reading, it need to be auto commit. Simply meaning of auto save. I want to perform auto save utility. If I want to perform auto save utility, simply use a property called read committed. If I don't want to use auto save, I want to simply design the job, and if I want to read the data, same thing, simply use option called read only. Or if you want to read serializable, one by one means if more than one file you are reading, then you can use serializable option. But right now we are reading only one input data. We are loading into that one. Simply use read committed. What are the data you are reading that need to be committed? But at what size? How many rows you want to commit at a point of time? The record count is 2000 we specify. Okay, generally 2000, 5000 like this we are going to specify. If I put 5000 means every 5000 records processed, it's going to be committed. Commit means save. Auto save will be there in database level. And while processing the data also, okay, what is the size of array? Group, how many records will come as a group means? We default specifying that a group is 2000. We can also increase that. I will show you, okay, in different ways when we are improving the performance of this database stages. I will also discuss about again this array size option, how to improve the performance of your job, right? And in target, while creating a database table, in the table I have 16 columns in there, but I'm populating these columns here. For example, we have 23 columns in there. The table which we are creating is only 16 columns, but here I'm populating 22 columns. The mismatched data means drop unmatched fields. Whatever the unmatched field names is there in target to this particular job run, those I want to drop here. Simply specify drop unmatched fields are yes if you want to drop. But right now the table also we are creating. If already table is created, then sometimes what is going to happen is that it's going to be dropped. But right now in our case, that metadata whatever we have, that metadata whatever we have, that metadata whatever we have, okay, he's means we only creating the metadata. That's the reason no need to drop unmatched fields. And in case if you find any warnings, those also need to be treated as errors, then you can put yes. Otherwise generally we are going to put no. In case if you want to read warnings also errors. See, if you see in the log for any job run, sometimes we may see some warning messages. Okay. If you find these kind of warning messages, those will treat as a error. Error means job will abort now. But I don't want to abort my job in case of warnings also, then put no. Right? These are the options are mandatory. Rest of options are not mandatory. These we are going to specify. After specifying these all, then go for columns. See the columns. These are the columns need to be good. Okay, because already we give a mapping from input copy stage. Okay, these all the columns are going to be created here with this. Once you run the job, first it will create an empty table, then it will load this data, okay, whatever we have with these columns into that database. These are the properties while you are creating the table in target level and while loading the data into target level. Right now we are creating our built-in query. How to create our own user-defined query also we can discuss in different examples. Right? This is about the Oracle connector stage in target level. Click OK. Means we specify the options whatever we required. Next we have few more stages also there for the copy. First I am going for this data set. I'm browsing, I'm creating one file. My file name is cust join 1.ds. Okay. This is I am specifying is these options we already covered. 2.ds. Right, we got the columns. Now we have an option, okay, we have a new stage here, that is sort stage and dataset. Right, what is this sort stage? Sort stage is also one of the processing stage which is used to do sorting of your data. It supports one input link and one output link generally. It never supports more than one input link and more than output link. And what is the key column we specified as the input for the sort? Based on that key columns, it will try to do the sorting operation and it will try to move the data into output answer. This sort stage will be useful because see, in join stage also I can do sort, right? That is called link sort. Generally, when we are going to use this sort stage, separate sort stage apart from the link sort in any stage means when we are expecting huge amount of data to process, then generally the link sort whatever we have, because if you see in join stage, we are doing sorting in input tab, right? But this sorting, where it's going to happen? When the data moving from this input to this stage, in this line, the line is called pipe. In this pipe, the sorting is going to happen. That's called link sort. But if it is huge amount of data, the buffer whatever is allocated to this particular pipe is not going to sufficient to do proper sorting. Maybe sometimes unsorted data will come out as output when you are having huge amount of data if you are doing sorting in link level. Instead of doing that one, instead of getting unsorted data, it's better to use sort stage to process such a kind of huge amount of data. And one more advantage due to the sort stage, apart from sorting, it will also remove the duplicates and it will also create some kind of cluster keys. Those are used to generate a surrogate key while implementing a any data warehouse, like it will also use it to generate a kind of primary keys also, right? First, let me give you how to use the sort stage for sorting operation. Then in different example, we can see how to use that one as a remove duplicates, how to create a cluster key also, right? This is simple definition for sort stage. When you go for the properties of this sort stage, double click on this sort. What the properties we have here is, we have the properties is key. First option is we are having option is key column. Key in the sense on what key column you want to do sorting. How I know that which key column need to be sorted? Everything is going to mention in specification document. After few jobs completed, we can also use specs to design the jobs. Because if I want to design the job based on spec, I need to know some other stages also. If I know only little bit these much stages, whatever we covered already, it's not sufficient to create the jobs as per spec in as per the project. Right, first I am specifying the key, that is on what column you want to do sorting. For example, I want to do the based on customer ID. Is it possible to specify multiple keys? Yes. And in case while doing the sorting operation, in my data I have some nulls also. Where you want to print those null values? Do you want to print those null values as a first position or last? After doing entire data sorting, do you want, for example, customer ID column is having some null values also. If customer ID column having some null values also, do you want to print that null values into output with as a first or last? That is simply we can call as a nulls position. And this is sort as FSKey means when we are receiving the data from mainframe systems, we use this option. The case sensitivity means while comparing or while doing sorting, if it is one data is in uppercase, one data is lowercase, we use this case sensitivity when we are checking for alphabetical data. But right now in this example, we are checking for numerical data, no need of case sensitivity. If you want to put nulls position, you can put, for example, last. After my data completely sorted, if there is any nulls is there in my customer ID field, I want to print those after printing customer ID data. Okay, that is about nulls position, right? Sort key mode is there. What action you want to do right now? Sorting. There are three options here there. One is, do you want to sort? Yes, sort. Here sort key mode is sort option is there. Sort key mode is nothing but sort we simply specify. Second is don't sort previously sorted, don't sort previously grouped. Here don't sort previously sorted means if the data is already in sorted status, then we can no need to sort, okay, we can simply do some other action. That's what I told you. Sort stage is a stage which is also used to remove the duplicates and which is also used to generate some cluster key. If you are generating some cluster key, if my data is already sorted, no need to sort again. That's what we simply specify. Don't sort previously sorted or don't sort previously grouped also. For example, already my data is grouped based on state name. All the employees belongs to Andhra Pradesh, want to make as one group. All the employees belongs to Karnataka, make as one group. All the employees belongs to for example, Tamil Nadu, I want to make as one group, right? If I want to make the data into multiple groups, then already if the data is made as a groups before coming into this sort stage, then no need to sort the data. We can simply specify don't sort previously grouped, don't sort previously sorted also. First, we will discuss about sort. Then we'll go for other options also. Sort order. Here, there are three types of sortings we can, two types of sort orders we have, either ascending or descending sortings. These are the common options which we have in sort stage. Then, do you want to allow the duplicates? Yes. If you want to allow the duplicate, put true. If you don't want to allow duplicates, simply put false. That is one thing. These cluster key and create key change, there are two options there. Cluster key change column and create change column. These are also to generate some kind of unique identification number. For example, we have data belongs to one company employees. In that one company employees, for example, the customers belongs to Wipro, they have 1 lakh employees there. In that 1 lakh employees, for the first employee who arrived, that's it's going to generate 1. Rest of all the records is put 0. For second company who are arrived, for example, IBM employee there. For the first employee who arrived, okay, or whose data is coming into the sort stage, it will put 1, rest of all 0. Means based on 1, the meaning of that one, that is unique records. Rest of all are duplicates. To identify the duplicates and to filter out the duplicates and unique records into different outputs also, we can use these two options. I'll show you how to use this one. For time being, I'm not using. When we put sort key mode is don't sort previously sorted, don't sort previously grouped, then we use these options. Okay. For time being, I'm not selecting any cluster key. Simply I'm selecting sort, and sort utility is there. Means sorting is an option which you can do in DataStage. There are two ways you can do. One is through DataStage, one is through Unix. If you want to do through DataStage, simply use select the sort utility DataStage. If you want to do in Unix, you can select in Unix also. If we select in Unix means when your DataStage job is running on Unix server, it will going to use Unix utility. Okay, I'll show you that one. For time being, put DataStage. Next, stable sort is there. What is the meaning of stable sort? If my data which is coming into the sort stage, already my data is coming as sorted. Do I need to do again sorting? No, right? That's called stable sort. If you put stable sort true means if my data which is coming in from input is already sorted, it never do again sorting. If the data which is coming from my input is not in sorted status, then it will again perform sorting operation. These are the options we have in sort stage. Then go for input tab. Okay. If you want to perform any partitioning or something, you can specify. Otherwise, no partitioning. Simply go for output. Because here in sort stage also we have an option. For example, you put same, then sorting is there. This is common for every stage. It's a sort or some other stage. Simply I'm not putting any partitioning or something. Go for output. Drag and drop. Right? How many output links is there for sort? Only one output link. Now we got metadata after this sort. Then go for this. This is the way already known stage only. The stage name I'm specifying. Cost to join 3.gs. Click OK. Then go for columns. This is the metadata we are capturing. Click OK. Right? Now this the job is ready to compile and run. First I'm compiling the job. When I compile, it's asking me to save the job. I want to save the job with the name djp_xfm underscore join underscore cpy copy underscore srt underscore ora underscore job. All the stage names I am putting in the job. I want to save this in a jobs folder under jobs directly. Save this. Save in the sense it's going to be compiled and it's going to save the information in repository, the talkstart code in repository. Right, close. Now run the job. I want to see whether this is running or not. I think it got aborted. Just let me see what is the issue. In the jobs folder, my job is there. It's trying to get that repository because okay, it's showing that some issue is there. Maybe I think okay, database is not created the table or something properly. Maybe let me check it. What is the issue? It's aborted. If it is aborted, that's also good for us. Okay, it's aborted. Now go and see the log, complete log. What is the reason behind that? Here we have an option when validating the sort schema, null property applies. I think okay, this is a customer ID is a key column from source because that is a key column. It will not support null values. Let me remove that. If it is a non-nullable column, means nullable yes column, it will support. We can see that one later in some other example. No? I'm removing this because why it is not supporting here means because it's coming from my input as a key column. Okay, this is a integer with nullability no. If it is nullability yes, it will support. For time being, I'm removing that. We can check it. Just a minute. That is the issue we had due to that one job got aborted. Now let me create a custom join one. Here's my table name. Again compiling the job because we changed some property. No, we compile in the job. Then I will run the job. At the time of running also, we want to see how it's running. Okay, here you can see the log. This is the log started, which is showing as a black color. That is a recent log. This is previous log. Now it's trying to create a table. The create table statement is executing here. Finally, the job got finished, right? Maybe some warnings is there due to nullability of the data, but okay, we can handle that one by using transformer or other stages generally. For time being, we are not still discussing transformer stage. That's what. See here, this side 90, 310. Okay, total records are coming, but after sorting, how many records we are getting? No, what is going to happen is okay, when any job we run, it's going to create a table, empty table. Okay, if I run again the same job, it is going to give an issue. That's what. Okay. Even the job is not run, what is going to happen when the job started means automatically first create statement is executing. Data is not going to insert, but empty table will try to create. If I try to create again one more table, it is going to give okay, the object name is already exist. Okay, it's going to give such issues. To avoid such issues again to fail the job or something, I put new name for the table. That depends. Okay. See here. This got joined, but after joining, because of removing the duplicates is happening in the join stage, only if we are getting 46. If I did not do the remove duplicates properly, okay, in here, if I remove this one, I'm going to get a lot of records. I will also show you that one later, how to do that one. And next is the copy stage. It's copying the data into 3 outputs. We loaded 46 records into database and 46 records into this data set, 46 records into this thoughts to the data set and that. First, let me show the data whatever we have in Oracle connector stage. Let me try to view the data. When I click on view data, it will show us the data which is loaded into this database. This is the data we got from my database table, which is loaded into my database. Okay, after joining, see here, order number. Okay, this member data is a member data and customer data is belongs to customer table, and this is completely order number, order date, order required date, ship date, status, comments. These are all belongs to order data, means join data. Now I am getting and click OK. Here, this is a sorted data will come into output. If you see in database, we got data, but that is not sorted. That is unsorted data. Customer ID 6 got first, customer ID 10 got last. But what is the data we are expecting here? Okay, that I want to do sorted up my data. That's also happening in this one. Right, this is one job.